Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight, my one lovely viewer currently? Excuse me. It's been a long day at work, I swear. But excited to wind down with some Fallout New Vegas with all of you lovely folks out in Twitch land. Let's see, let me make sure. Yes, I am displaying correctly. I was editing this screen in studio mode and I wasn't expecting it to cut straight to my face, but we're doing this live. The production end of things is always being managed. Hey there, how's it going? Thanks for coming out. Excited to have you with me for this. No, it's been a blast streaming New Vegas every week. How's my audio doing, by the way? I was tweaking my microphone settings, so I'm not sure if it's sounding good and crisp or awful and bassy. Perfect. Well, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and throw us into the game. And as soon as I see New Vegas proper, we're going to switch over to the gameplay screen. If it wants to cooperate. Oh, thank you. I put a lot of work into making it ship-shape. Oh, thank you. Oh, I thought you said the stream was looking sharp. I need to learn how to read. And thank you. Winged eyeliner is so powerful. Truly is a gift. Let me make sure I got OBS over in the other window. Discord is at Do Not Disturb. We are coming in with some crisp audio. Hey, Jackie. Welcome aboard. Okay. And here we are, Fallout New Vegas. Let's go ahead and continue our journey, shall we? Welcome to everyone trickling in. You have missed literally nothing.
Hey.
If you recall from last week, we are in the RepCon test facility. In order to get some information about Benny and the two other folks with him, figure out where they went, local Novak sniper Manny Vargas had us investigate a ghoul infestation in the RepCon test facility where Novak gets all of their salvage from. And we were expecting, kind of a zombie infestation, but there is actually looks like a small religious sect of ghouls led by their follower, Jason Bright, wherever he's gone off to. They are actually looking to begin their great journey out into the beyond, and they desire the rockets from the RepCon test site as their mighty chariots to carry them off into the void. But there's a little problem. They are kind of cooped up in here by the, quote, demons, who tell them that they cannot leave this room under penalty of death. So we're going to go figure out what's going on with their little demon problem, see if we can help resolve it for them. Hey, Samata, you.
Jason will lead us to the far beyond.
Jason, don't go looking for him in grocery stores. No, malls. I should tell my jokes correctly if I deign to use them. Hey, Boone. How are you doing?
What is it?
Just checking in on you. What is it you aren't telling me about what happened to your wife, Boone? I wasn't going to confront you, but I think it might be time. Ah, yes, Jackie. What is a mall but a grocery store for things?
You got no right asking me that. Drop it.
I mean, hey, Boone, the dialogue option was there. But I want to understand you better. Behind those aviators, the tragic soul locked deep within.
You don't know what you're asking. Just let it go for now. The Legion's the only thing I want on my mind right now.
Okay. Speaking of that Manny Vargas fella, how do you feel about him?
He was a good spotter.
Weren't you also friends?
Yeah, we were.
Not anymore.
No.
Oh, I have another question about you. I could talk about Boone all day. What outfit did he serve in the military with?
1st NCR Recon. It's a sniper battalion. Sees a lot of action. They moved us around a lot. I was stationed at Camp Golf for a while. Last I heard, they're at Camp McCarran.
How did he happen to join 1st Recon?
They pick you out if you do well at the firing range. Pays a little better, so I said okay.
Is that a 1st Recon beret?
Yeah, you can tell by the patch. Bear skull with crossed rifles behind it. Slogan underneath.
What is that slogan? The badge itself's a little low res. Can't quite make it out.
The last thing you never see. Pretty accurate. And so are we.
Haha. We'll shoot the shit some other time, Boone.
Yeah.
Great talk, though. And break. Okay. So I always get lost in their little facility. But we're trying to get back to where we came from. Here we are. Exit stage right even. He almost looks like he's not dead, but just kind of vibing down there. I can dig it. In my off time when I'm not streaming New Vegas or getting some work done, I've been playing Dark Souls 3 actually lately. And as the first Dark Souls game, it does not disappoint. Though I'm sort of struggling with the fact that they give you about 100 different options for weapons. And I'm not sure like if half of them are good or worth the investment of like your very limited resources for weapon upgrades. Kinda strange. But we luckily have the key to this basement, so I'll get back onto New Vegas topics.
Dark in here. If you want to use a scope, I can spot for you.
Too dark. Thanks, Boone. So I am going to try to do my best to stealth my way through this area, because unfortunately, if you are detected by the enemies, they will attack you on sight, and unfortunately, being attacked by them, not even attacking back, but being attacked by them, will have you fail the peaceful option for this quest. This is not, in fact, a go exterminate all the monsters in the basement kind of quest. It's more like, go figure out who these guys are and why. Oh, well, so much for that. Ah! So, Nightkins, they're invisible. They have big rebar clubs, and they want to bash your teeth in. Let's just start walking. Okay. Peaceful option over the time. Oh. Wait, can we do peaceful?
An assassin, more like. I say kill it, Antler, for safe sake. Okay, Antler, I'll ask. Hi, human. Why you come here?
Hello. Are you all right? You sound strange.
I am in command of my faculties, in command of my troops.
Cool.
Antler guides me in all things, as I in turn guide my kin.
Is that your buddy on the right? Who is Antler?
Who is Antler? Who is Antler?
Oh, touchy subject.
Antler, the human asks about you. What do I tell it? All right. All right. Yes, of course. Who Antler is not important to you. Antler wants that you deal with me.
Plausible deniability. I completely understand. And who are you? Let's not ask him too many questions. We'll respect Antler here. Who are you exactly?
Me? I am devoted to Antler. But before Antler... Captain once. Last name Davison. First name... Don't remember. I commanded a troop of Niken, the Master's elite. A great honor, very proud. Something happened. We wandered the desert. Life without Master was hard. The others' minds going strange, going crazy. But then, I found us new Master. I found us Antler. Since then, everything's been going really well.
Oh, I'm sure. For those who haven't played the original Fallout games, the plot of Fallout 1 dealt with an army of super mutants being formed out in California, in the region that would eventually become the new California Republic, led by their mysterious master. And the master's plan was to forcibly infect the peoples of the wasteland with the forced evolutionary virus, turning humanity into super mutants, like our gentlemen before us, as sort of a next step in human evolution kind of thing. It was meant to transcend petty arguments about nationality or race. We'd be a united being or a united race of immortal, incredibly strong individuals. The problem being is super mutants are unfortunately sterile as a race. That would just mean the entire human race is completely decimated. Were the master's plan to take effect, you can literally convince him of this and he will sabotage his own plans because you've shown him that reason. But no matter how Fallout 1 ends, except for like the non-canon bad ending, the master's destroyed, his army of super mutants are scattered, and they sort of have to figure out what life is now that they're out of this organization that either created them or gave them purpose. And a lot of them come across as reoccurring characters in other games like Fallout 2. And apparently our buddy Davidson here is also part of the Master's army from Fallout 1. So that's really interesting. I love how like plot threads from Fallout 1 and 2 are built on and carried forward into New Vegas. Almost like it's sort of, Fallout 3. But anyways, I'll kibitz about Bethesda games later. I came here on the behalf of the ghouls upstairs.
A human who is friend to ghouls? Suspicious.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
You mean the ones upstairs? Antler used intercom, told them stay put, but they want to come down in basement anyways.
Kinda.
I cannot allow. My kin are not right in head like I am. They attack you on sight. Ghouls too. They crazy. Your ghoul friends have to wait until you find what Antler brought us to get.
All right, so it sounds like we have a way forward. It also sounds like they're having trouble with some sort of mental degradation. And it's going to be sort of explained decently soon. But what they're experiencing is the side effects of prolonged stealth boy usage. Usually humans don't live long enough to see the negative side effects of stim or stealth boy abuse, the portable cloaking devices that they use to sneak up on us. But unfortunately, since they're immortal, they're figuring that out the hard way. Maybe I can help.
Good. Antler brought us here for a reason. Why was that, Antler? Right. A piece of paper. Shipment invoice. Hundreds of stealth boys sent here a long time ago. But stealth boys must be in the one room. One we don't search yet. The one we can't search.
Why can't you search the last room?
A ghoul, but not squishy like others. This ghoul is tough. I thought Antler said, send my kin into that room, but 3 died. Ghoul is a crack shot and set traps too. After I realized I heard Antler wrong, so I locked the door to keep kin out and wait for Antler to tell me what to do. Then you come along. Antler says you are solution.
Oh, our lucky day. Well, we'll find the Stealth Boy stockpile for you if your kin will leave this place.
Yes, Antler says we leave here as soon as we get Stealth Boys. Let me give you key. Antler had me lock the door. The ghoul inside, not expecting a human. Maybe he don't shoot you. Maybe he will.
You know, I'm going to try and keep doing the peaceful solution. I really want to, but at the same time, we did just brain that guy right behind him. And I don't know if Davidson will ever find out about that. Well, let's just close the door behind us for now. Don't mind us just hiding a body. Boone, can you help me out here? This guy weighs a ton. Well, fine. Stare at Eddie, why don't you? I hope you two are having a scintillating conversation. Oh, whatever. The gag's overly long anyways. Oop. I think this is our lucky door. Moshi Moshi, courier desk.
Big dumb. Hey, you're not one of those things out there. Who the hell are you?
You were expecting the Easter Bunny? Jason sent me down here to get rid of the demons.
And I bet he told you it's the Creator's will for you to risk your ass instead of him, right? Well, good luck with that. I'd give you a hand, but no thanks. I may look like a corpse, but I'm partial to living.
I feel that. You don't look like the other ghouls from Bright's group. Not really the vacant-eyed, cultish devotion thing going on.
Guess the outfit gives that away, huh? I never did buy into that religious mumbo-jumbo with the robes and all that shit. It gets lonely out in the wastes, okay? And I don't have to tell you that Bright's group has got some fine-looking ghoulettes in it.
Hey, I can dig it.
Or maybe I would have to tell you.
Love
Anyway,
is love,
I
compadre.
helped them out, and they kept me supplied with ammo and pleasant company.
Not a bad deal. How did you end up trapped down here?
First off, I'm not trapped. This was a tactical choice, all right?
Right,
I'm no match
right.
for those things out there. So I found a good defensive position, and I've been defending it, right? Oh, who am I fooling? I'm trapped. Name's Harlan. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you, Harlan.
I was escorting folks down to work when those things attacked us. Most of the fight was upstairs, but some folks panicked and made for the basement, and I went after them.
Oh boy.
Well, turns out there were even more of those bastards down here than upstairs, and things went to shit fast. I couldn't find the others, so I fell back to this room, set up a nice little kill zone. End of story.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking for a stash of stealth boys in this room.
A stash of stealth boys? Are you kidding me? If there was some big stash of devices in here that made you invisible, do you really think we'd be having this conversation?
Dumb question, I guess. Oh, can I come up there and look? Maybe you missed the stealth boys. Maybe they're like behind some cardboard boxes.
The only thing you'll find up here is a bullet hole between your eyes.
Whoa, hey, Harlan,
Any
buddy.
better ideas?
Pal. How can I help you get out of this room?
Well, you're polite. I'll give you that. If this was just between you and me, I'd do as you ask. But it's not. I had a friend with me when those mutant bastards came out of nowheres. She panicked and ran the wrong direction. Further into the basement. She's probably dead. But I ain't leaving until I know for sure. I'd have gone looking myself, except I wouldn't last a minute out there. You, on the other hand, seem pretty resourceful. Find my friend, and I'll get out of your way.
All right. Favor for favor for favor, it looks like. So, rescue his buddy. He leaves. We look at the room. We find the stealth boy shipment. We bring that to Davidson. And then we all go our separate ways. And hopefully I don't get lost down here and attacked by 1,000 angry Nightkin. I think. No. I will just hope that you know, if the Nightkins end up having a problem, they'll take it up with Boone, and Davidson won't hold me personally responsible. Let's see, it's through this way. Open door. Go downstairs. Boone's just chatting with them. You know, trying to convince them to stand down. Oh boy, we better finish this quick, huh? Okay. So we're in the prison cells. It needs a key. Oh boy, who has the key? Wait, I think there's a jailer up here. I think, yep. Boone conversed with him too, huh? He has the key. So we will just go ahead and help ourselves to that. Nice negotiating skills, Boone. You are a, you know, kind of a walking war crime, but you do you, buddy. And unfortunately, as it turns out, Harlan's buddy is deceased. Rest. Pepperonis. Can I get some F's in the chat, please? How cruel. A woman's dead. Dead! Oh, thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, and hello, Nico. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I kind of got lost in all that, you know, running away from 8-foot-tall murder machines. But I think this is the right way. Yes. Okay.
What do you want now, Smoothskin?
Bad news. I did find her, unfortunately.
I see. Spare me the details. Goddamn. She had the yellowest smile. You did your part, so I'll do mine. Go ahead and root around up here if you want. I'm going to make a break for topside.
That done, we will avoid all of these traps. We will step directly on a landmine. That is, of course, what I meant by avoid traps. It's my little slang. Now, after all that, where are our stealth boys? Maybe the terminal has info? Re-shipment mistake? To Robco HQ Supply Department from Bill Martin, Repcon Custodian. Dear Robco Supply, first off, let me say that everyone here is really excited about the merger. It's a super to be a part of a company as exciting as Robco. Have we got some kinks in the supply chain? Yesterday, a bunch of crates got delivered here containing 2 gross of devices called Stealth Boys. Is it okay if I ask what these things are? Do they really make you invisible? That sounds wild. What will Robco think of next? Let me know if the shipment came here by mistake. No problem if it didn't. I bet you can have a lot of fun with these things. Thanks, Bill Martin. Workplace misbehavior. To all Repcon staff from Daniel Nevitt, Human Resource Manager. In light of yesterday's upsetting events, oh hey there B, thanks for joining us. All employees are hereby directed to give a thorough reading to Repcon's sexual harassment and workplace behavior policies. Also, while it is not explicitly stated in the employee handbook, unauthorized use of military hardware against fellow employees is grounds for immediate termination. Sincerely, Daniel Nevitt, HR manager, Repcon/Robco. Shipment sent back. To Robco HQ supply departments from Sanjeev, Rajan, Repcon custodian. Hi, Robco Supply. We are sending back two crates of devices labeled Stealth Boys back to you. According to the manifest, each crate contained one gross, 144, of the devices. As a result of employee misbehavior, not mine, one crate was opened and is missing 5 Stealth Boys. Sorry about that. Sincerely, Sanjeev Rajan, custodian. So, the Stealth Boys were unfortunately here, and they were sent back over 200 years ago. And the Nightkin are unfortunately barking up the wrong tree. Let's go back to Davidson and tell him the bad news. Sup, pal?
Antler says you are the one killer.
No!
Must die.
Boone! What did you do? Good night, sweet prince. May flocks of invisible angels sing thee to thy rest. So, that went about as well as I expected, but hey, I got to show off at least the entire quest line, even if we didn't complete it. We could have given peace a chance had I remembered to leave my companions right here. But we live, we learn, we laugh, we love, and we eat and pray. Amen. Knock, knock, it's Knuckles.
Hey,
Hey, you made it.
You did good, Smooth Skin. Never thought I'd get out of that room.
Goodbye.
Later.
I guess we don't get to talk to him much. You... Jason! 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 Oh, there you are.
Is the way clear?
The demons are gone.
Praise the Creator. and
Oh,
bless you,
hail the
Wanderer.
Maker.
The way is clear. I will lead my flock through the basement to the sacred site. I hope you will come find us there, Wanderer. There is much to be done.
Step 1. Get the ghouls back to the rest of the Repcon facility. Check. Step 2. Get their rockets good and operational. And speaking of good and operational, I will operate myself to their free radiation removing chems they got stashed here. Oh, what? They're ghouls. They're immune to radiation. They're just hoarding it. Oh, hello. Thanks for joining, Slug. How are you doing tonight? Let's see. Hidden. Let's help ourselves to some mentats too. All right. But yeah, everyone is leaving here. We kind of get full run of the place, but let's go ahead and meet them back in the basement and figure out what needs to be done next. And I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. Excited to be back with some more New Vegas. Let's see. I think, yeah. Go down here. I always get lost in these places. Oh, here we are. Beautiful. Boone, your teleportation powers never cease to amaze me. You're doing great, sweetie. Except for all the murder, but otherwise, you know, top notch. Oh. Nice outfits, guys. Well, by all means, lead the way, Spaceman Steve. There's a star waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. I think there's some goodies over in this supply closet, so let's check it out. Mainly, they have a lot of miscellaneous crafting materials. I don't think I'm trying to craft anything in particular, but I will always take Wonder Glue and wrenches, because if we assemble those together with some other items, we can make weapon repair kits. Okay, I think we're good. More glue. Actually, let me check what we need to make these weapon repair kits. Scrap electronics, scrap metal, wonder glue, and wrench. Okay. Take wrench, take wonder glue. Aw, yeah. Clear one. We're ready for takeoff. Over. Hell yeah. Get myself to some Drogas. Talk to
I
Jason.
waited to speak with you one last time before I descended to the launch pad, Wanderer. I want you to know that we will remember for all eternity how you delivered us to the threshold of the great journey.
Of course.
Our preparations are nearly complete, but the rockets that will carry us to salvation are yet missing vital components.
Ooh.
If you would still help us, Wanderer, speak to Chris. He can tell you what is missing.
Gonna do some
There is no
grocery
way that we
shopping,
can
huh?
Thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
Are you seriously gonna make your great journey on those rockets? Aren't they like 200 years old at this point?
Yes. The rockets will convey us to our promised land in the far beyond. Vision upon vision has confirmed it.
Are these surface-to-surface rockets, or will they launch you into orbit?
I understand your concerns, friend, and I thank you for voicing them. But the Creator's will for us has been made manifest.
Gonna need a little bit more to go on, Jason, but okay, it's your great journey. Let's talk about Chris.
After all that you have
Does he
done,
know
I
he's
suppose you
bald?
deserve to know everything. When Chris came to us, we tried to convince him that he was human. But this only angered him. He seemed lost. We decided to let him stay with us for a few days, over the course of which we learned that his technical skills far surpassed our own.
Uh-oh.
It became clear that the Creator had sent him to us to ensure the success of the great journey. Equally clear was that Chris should labor in blessed ignorance of his humanity and his inability to make the journey himself. It is no coincidence that two humans have been vital to the success of the great journey. It is my belief that the Creator sent you and Chris to expiate the sins of your kind against mine. You are redeemers both.
You used him for rocket development? So you're gonna leave him behind? Like a sack of bald laundry?
Such is the Creator's will. Vision upon vision has shown me that were Chris to accompany us, he would die in minutes. The radiation around the launch pad alone would kill Chris in minutes. The radioactivity of the far beyond is much stronger.
Oh, well, it's none of my business.
Chris shall be declared the saint of the great journey before we depart. I hope
Hello
this
there,
will
Kevin
ease
Snark.
his
Thanks for
sadness.
joining us. So what is the far beyond? You've done a lot of talking about getting there, but not a lot of explaining what.
I have glimpsed it only in visions, Wanderer, but what I have seen is truly miraculous. It is a place of light and healing, and I know in my soul that my flock will be safe there.
Goodbye, Jason.
There is no way that we can thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
I will remember you. Wait, did I do this joke literally the last episode? Never mind.
Evening.
Hey there, Chris.
Jason says that I am to cooperate with you on the final tasks necessary to launch the Great Journey.
So the Great Journey will use those rockets?
Obviously. It's taken months, but I've nearly got them in working order. Soon they'll take us to the far beyond. I was skeptical at first, of course, being a man of science. But Jason is certain, and I believe in Jason.
Listen, we might need to talk.
I'm the flock's resident engineer. I've always been good with machines. Jason says the Great Journey would have been impossible without me.
I mean, true, but...
Of course, my skills aren't much use unless I have the right materials. That's where you come in.
Why don't they let you work down on the launch pad? Huh, buddy? Huh?
When I joined the flock, Jason made it clear that he wanted me to supervise the repairs, not do them myself. It would be a waste of my gifts to work on just one system at a time. From up here, I've been able to supervise the entire project.
Okay. There's no easy way to say this. I'm just gonna rip off the Band-Aid. The radiation down there would kill you, Chris. Because you're human.
I thought we were past all that, Smooth Skin. But you just can't resist the chance to mess with me.
Listen, buddy.
Typical human. I was human once, you know. Grew up in Vault 34, northeast of here.
That's actually
Nice
a location you can
upbringing,
go
like
to.
assault rifles and target practice. But oh, you prefer machines that don't shoot people? Not so nice then. Who should maintain the Vault's reactor? Hauser? Mitchell? No. Make it Haversom. He likes machines. Haversom won't mind getting irradiated. Haversom won't mind mutating. He's already ugly as it is. Haversom won't mind when his hair starts falling out after a few years. There's no connection, Haversom. You're neurotic.
It believes I have touched a Oh, and you get the map marker for Vault 34. Wonderful. You left your vault because you were going bald.
Bald? You call this bald, Smoothskin? I'm a monster. A monster.
Don't look at me! No one look at me! Jason told me himself the Great Journey is for ghouls only. You're not going.
Oh, God. You're telling me the truth, aren't you? Oh, no. How could they do this to me? For 2 years. My God, I've been
How
a joke
could
to
this
them.
happen
Do you
to
have any
me?
idea how easy it'd
I
be for me to
made my
sabotage those rockets?
mistakes.
That'd be a joke, huh? One hell of a joke.
Whoa, 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 buddy. Let's... You know, as much as I'd like to lean into the chaotic option, buddy, that'd be murder, Chris. And you're not a murderer, I hope.
What, do you think I'm too stupid to pull it off? I know enough to get their rockets working, don't I? So I can make them fail, too.
Listen, you lose one too many hairs and you start plotting death via radioactive alloy. Happens to everyone. It's not a matter of smarts. You'd never forgive yourself.
Like I could forgive myself for getting duped like this? They used me, and now they'll throw me away.
Chris, they'd take you if they could, but you'd die. And you're... Please move your face. My mom says if you make that face, it'll get stuck that way.
And dying would be worse than this? Used up and thrown away like garbage?
They're going to revere you as a saint, Chris. You'll at least be on some commemorative stamps.
Oh, so I've redeemed the human race, is that it? What a crock. The human race can't stand me.
That's not true, Chris. You're all right.
So, you want me to accompany you on your adventures across the wasteland, is that it?
Let's not get too excited there, Chris buddy pal. There's a little town called Novak. I love the implication where it's like, oh, so it's you and me traveling the wasteland together then, is that it? And your immediate response could be, I don't know about that. Let's actually sabotage the rockets. That sounds great. Oh, there's a little town of Novak down the road.
Life among humans again? That's what you're suggesting? I guess it's the only chance I've got. I can't believe I'm agreeing to this, but I'll give it a try. I'll get Jason and his flock on their way, and then I'll head for Novak.
That's a good man. But
are you ready to get started?
tell me how to help you.
Rockets aren't going to launch themselves.
How can I be of help?
I was close to completing work on the rockets before we were driven into hiding on the top floor. 2 components were missing. A quantity of isotope 239 igniting agent, and a set of thrust control modules. The igniting agent is highly radioactive and decays quickly. That's why we can't use the drums that leak down on the launch pad. It's no longer potent enough. I need you to find an intact, shielded container of the igniting agent. As for the thrust control modules, they were custom built for these rockets. They won't even launch without them.
Let's see. Oh, that doesn't sound too hard. I'll track down the igniting agent.
Very well. We don't need a huge amount. 2 to 3 liters should be enough.
Sorry, I am looking for a quest location, actually, because even with something that sounds as banal as a fetch quest in Fallout New Vegas, it's never that simple. Going to find these objects will be a fun adventure in and of themselves. Okay. So that's southeast of Novak. Okay. Can you give me any tips for my current task?
REPCON has been ransacked so many times by scavengers, it's hard to know where the components might turn up. If they turn up. Jason has mentioned some industrial ruins to the east that are supposed to be highly radioactive.
I need to get going.
Bye.
All right. Step 2. Get some tchotchkes, some radioactive igniting fluid, and some thrust control modulators. Yeah, hey there, Jin. Thanks for joining us again. And New Vegas is so good. There is not a single bad quest in this entire game. And there are like 100 quests in this entire game, and none of them are filler. Anywho, we are just going to do a little bit of fast traveling. Now I'm going to show you 2 different ways to get the igniter fluid, because there's a couple. First off, let's drop back by Novak. Oh, actually, hello, friendly traveling merchant.
Howdy.
You?
Hey there.
You with the hat?
Need anything?
Like to see your wares, please? Yeah, sell chopper. Oh, there's 69 Dinky the T-Rex souvenirs. I'll cherish them forever. We can sell these electron charge packs, energy cells. I think that's fine by me. Pleasure doing business. Now, one place you can get the radioactive fluid is over back at the Dynamite gift shop. Hey,
Well,
Cliff.
Welcome back. Can I get you anything?
Is there radioactive material in your rocket souvenirs? It would explain the glow and the illnesses. Oh,
They're
whoops, sorry.
still replicas of the real thing.
Oh, never
Very
mind.
detailed. Got a liquid in them that makes them glow. From what I hear, Repcon used to give them out on tours of their HQ up in Henderson. But I guess they had to stop after the first few kids thought they were filled with Nuka-Cola and drank it down.
Tasty.
The papers had a name for the condition and everything. They called it the Repcon shakes. Those were bad times.
I could go for a Repcon shake about now. Vanilla. Let's talk about something else. Is there radioactive material in your rocket souvenirs that would explain the glow and the illnesses?
Well, I don't really know. Would that sour you on buying one if it did?
Yeah.
Come back soon now.
So, as indicated, the collection of rocket souvenirs is incredibly radioactive. You're just going to get stuck in the corner. Cliff, let me rob you in peace, sir. But we're hidden, so it's okay. We haven't done anything illegal yet. We just opened a unlocked door. So by picking up about 10 or so of those, you can find all the radioactive fluid you need. Thanks for doing business,
Hey,
Cliff.
you came back. Must be doing something right.
The other place is just southwest of here. You know what? I'm going to wait just so we can get the sunlight going again. There we go. As we're walking along on Moonlight Bay. Let's see. We're looking for some sort of power station. There we go. And, ooh, golden geckos. Get better, everybody. Ooh, Boone! And on our poor banana yellow friend over here, some isotope 239 igniting agent, and Mr. Radical's journal. And also take his radiation suit. Let's read that journal, shall we? Mr. Radical's journal. Day 1. Love the suit. Can scavenge anywhere now. Screw the rads. I hereby christen myself Mr. Radical. Get it? Ha! Day 4. Suit passed first test with flying. Yellow. Colors. Overnight visit to Yucca Mountain. Didn't get too deep because something big moving further around the tunnel. Rad level was high even where I was, and I didn't feel a tickle. Go, rad suit, go! Day 5. Vomited all morning. Didn't splash on suit or I'd be pissed. Must be something I ate. Day 9. Exciting! Ran across old woman's scrapyard. Bought glowing container for measly 50 caps. Headed for Clark Field to prove suit at higher rad levels. If it holds up, I'm gonna pop this jar of goop open and pour it all over me. I bet I could swim in this stuff if I had enough of it. Oh yeah! And we see about how well that went for him. Good night, sweet prince. May flocks of glowing goose sing thee to thy rest. And while we're out, you might as well go ahead and grab the thrust control modules. Thrust control modules, I can speak today, as well. Now, Chris's instinct is exactly right, were we to have asked him about it in advance, that since lots of folks from Novak generally take scrap straight from the rocket launch site, maybe someone in town has it. And indeed they do. And we will go ahead and mosey on down to Novak's local scrapyard. So, how's everyone doing tonight? How's your days been? And I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. It's good to have, be it ever so humble, there's no audience like home. Ooh, good boy. Good boy. Hello.
Hi there. I'm Old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and I'm pretty good at fixing things, too. You might have noticed the very large building just north of here. That's Helios 1. The NCR runs the place, so it's off limits to prospectors.
We'll check that out later. It's on our map for now, though. Do you have any thrust control modules from Repcon in stock?
As it so happens, I do have some thrust modules, but they're expensive.
Ooh.
500 caps worth of expensive.
Oh, I'm glad, Jen. Let's see. Ooh, speech 50. But you're gonna cut the price down to 250 because I'm just that charming, right?
Yes, you are quite the smooth talker. What the hell? 250 it is.
Pleasure doing business with you. 250 caps it is. Here you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe reinforcement project for the combat model iBots.
So, Eddie, our friend, is a former Enclave robot and thus has memory logs associated with certain trigger phrases. Old Lady Gibson told us about Helios 1, which is one of the words on his companion quest list. And if any NPC says one of his trigger phrases while he's around, his quest line will advance, which I think is a really neat feature.
iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire Armor, I'm sending this model to the Navarro outpost.
Hellfire Armor? Actually, you might remember from the plot of Fallout 3's last DLC, Broken Steel. It turns out that Adams Air Force Base, the location of that DLC, required a lot of shift in resources from the Enclave, which unfortunately left our researcher with Eddie over here out in the cold. It's really interesting to actually see a plot thread from Fallout 3 actually also be continued in Fallout New Vegas.
If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
Also, this game establishes that the Enclave have bases in Chicago as well. It hasn't come up in anything official yet, but it is good to know. But you know, I think we're making some good quest progress, and I think it might be time to celebrate and check back in with the Fallout New Vegas soundtrack. And with that, let's do another Radio New Vegas segment, shall we? Now, usually I'd quote verbatim from the actual Radio New Vegas script, but I'm going to be entirely honest. My Wayne Newton impression is not so good. So, I've written my own little radio segment just for you guys. And we'll have a live musical guest pretty soon. Wink, Jackie. All right, let's get into character, shall we? Oh, and let's get this at least continuing. Hold on. I'm just doing some window manipulation over on the side. There we go. Ahem. This is Mix New Vegas, and I've got a good feeling about all you listening tonight. Here are our top stories. Latest news from the town of Primm is that there's a new sheriff in town, and his badge isn't the only thing that's made of tin. Yes, the future of law enforcement in Primm seems to be mechanical, and while this reporter is uneasy about the prospects of automated law enforcement, you can't deny that Sheriff Primm Slim cut a dashing figure in that little cowboy hat of his. Moving on, it appears that the Dino Delight Motel is under new management following the recent and sudden demise of its previous owner. New owner Cliff Briscoe is currently running a promotion where you can get 10 free Dinky the Dinosaur commemorative toys with a weekend stay. And listeners, please help this man. He is downright drowning in dinosaurs. Folks, we gotta keep the lights on over here at Radio New Vegas, and this segment is sponsored by the Ultra Luxe. The Ultra Luxe. Live in the lap of luxury. And for this next song, I'd like to invite a special guest into the studio, a wasteland walkabout by the name of Jackie, who's about as mean with a machete as she is with a 6-string guitar. Jackie, how are you doing here tonight?
Bad.
Do you have anything you'd like to share with the audience out there in Radioland?
No.
Man, a few words. You know, I like that kind of energy. Kinda reminds me about another man, a few words that Marty Robbins used to sing about. That fella let the big iron on his hip do the talking. Take it away, Jackie. To the town of Aquafria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip, for the ranger there before them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. In that town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to tame him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the ranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He was there to catch a killer back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw wasn't worried, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to tame him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when they strode into the street. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the heat. People watching from each window, everybody held their breath, for they knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death. About to meet his death. It was 11 minutes past 20 when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas red and not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in the moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have gone on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Thank you so much for joining us, Jackie. That was lovely. Of course. You take care. Don't talk to strangers. Ah, where were we, everybody? Hope you like our little musical performance. We were actually working on that for the good part of the past week. Jackie's been a trooper with the guitar. She is very much appreciated. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. Now, in our possession, we have the thrust control modules. We have the Isotope 239 launching agent. Let's make our way back to the REPCONN test site. It's okay, Jackie. I am not too fussed. And I love you too. Right. Shortcut. I do not want to run through that whole dungeon again, and luckily, we don't have to. If I remember correctly, it should be directly to the left right here. Yeah. Boop. It's okay, Jackie. No worries. If I said everything that I intended to correctly, I wouldn't have fucked up half the lyrics of Big Iron 5 seconds ago. It is all good. Hey, Chris.
Have you found the components we discussed?
You betcha. I found an entire container of the igniting agent.
Yes, that's the stuff. And the container's shielding must be intact or you'd be dead by now.
Good to know.
Now all I need is the thrust control module.
You mean these thrust control modules?
Indeed you did. And they seem to be in excellent condition.
I'm not a messenger boy. I'm a delivery boy. Rockets are set to go, right?
Yes. I'll tell Jason that the great journey can begin.
Hell yeah. We're gonna make those rockets fly.
Great journey can begin. Good luck, I guess.
Gather all. May the Creator guide my words and help me speak true. The Almighty Creator has seen fit to answer our prayers. The time has come for us to board the rockets and begin the great journey. Though it may seem that all humans despise us, the Creator has seen fit to instruct us differently. The journey ahead would have been impossible if not for the intercession of two human friends, one new, the other a long-abiding companion. To our new friend, we say thanks, and promise never to forget how we cleared from our path the demons who sought to stay our journey. But to Chris, we owe more than thanks. Chris, you have made this great journey a reality. From this moment forward, you will be remembered as the saint of the great journey.
Give it up for Chris Haversam, everybody. Big round of applause.
Forgive us, Chris, and give us your blessing. And we bestow ours upon you. Seekers, board the rockets. Take your seats. The great journey awaits. To the promised land we go.
Hooray!
Far beyond.
Hey.
They're gonna board the rockets, so we gotta go up and go to the launch platform and check it out. Our friend Chris is gonna go back to Novak, and he's gonna live there for the rest of the game. There is actually one more thing that we need to do to help these folks out. And I hope I've leveled up my science enough to make it work. You see, Jason and his flock are great, and Chris has some technical know-how, but their flight planning is a little bit faulty. But this is something that a scientifically minded courier can help out with. I'm hoping I happen to have that brain right inside my old noggin, but we will see. And now that the launch is good to go, this previously locked door is now open. All right, console. What do we got? Navigation console. Science 55 required. Do we have Science 50? I'm pretty sure we do. Science 45. Do we have... Ooh, if we have a Programmer's Digest, that would be enough. We do not. Do you guys promise not to tattle on me to Todd Howard? Everyone look away. Nothing to see here. Shh, B, you're gonna get me in trouble with Unky Todd. Oops. Did I add 55 to my total? I did not type 85. You know what? I will fix it off screen. Until then, we are just the most gifted scientific mind of our time. You could set the rockets to crash into one another if you really wanted to. But let's examine the navigation data a little bit further. Examining the trajectories a little further, it looks like the computer is set to take a non-optimal route to the specified destination. You surmise with that minor alterations you can plot a course that will take them about 12.5% closer to their intended destination. Do you wish to alter the rocket's course? Yes. Let's make the change. You modify the path of the rockets to land closer to their target. You get some good karma, and this will actually come around to affect the ending when we finally get to the end of the game. But for now, would anyone like to say a few words before we dedicate these brave souls to the inky void of space? Oh, what can I say? The courier has to survive in a stone world somehow, Nico. All right. Good luck and Godspeed. And there we have probably one of the best quests in this entire game, Come Fly With Me. It's such a strong introduction, not only to how New Vegas likes to handle these sort of bigger quests, but just how many branching paths there are and how many options you can take within them. And we got a nice little story about a cool little community here. And we're gonna level up. Okay. We'll ignore our artificially inflated science stat. Let's get our guns moving up. I want to get speech all the way up to 60. Let's toss the last 1 point into lockpick. Okay. How do you like that, Boone?
What is it?
I'm here to ask about backstory at a weird and awkward time. Were you at Bitter Springs with the first recon?
I was in a lot of places with First Recon. I don't really remember.
You must have been at Bitter Springs. What happened there?
That part of my life's over now. And so is this discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, oh my god, low int runs. What is the low int run solution to that? Also, for folks who don't know, New Vegas has been programmed specifically with special dialogue options that you can only access if you have 1 intelligence, and your character is about as dumb as rocks. Isn't it something like you just press buttons on shiny console and it ends up getting the good result anyways? Oh, right. I have to manually walk outside of this place because no fast traveling from indoors. I'm glad I didn't shatter my legs into 1,000 pieces. That looked pretty nasty. God, I love that. Let's do some free healing. You can sleep on any bed and instantly get full healed, as well as healed any crippled limbs. So that's pretty nice. Now, what do we do? We have 50 minutes still. Well, first of all, we should get our info from Manny Vargas now that we've done his deed. And I think we might have enough time to at least get started on Helios 1, too. Going back to Novak. The place we love. Oh, humble Novak. Your dinosaur towering above the Mojave shrubbery. Wait, it's nighttime, so Manny's not out. Let's wait until daytime. You know, the courier is prone to standing outside, unblinking, unmoving for about 8 hours, and this is a normal and cherished part of all of our days. Hey, Cliff Briscoe.
Hey, you came back. Must be doing something right.
Hey, Manny.
You have any luck with the ghouls? I'm counting on you.
Great news, the ghouls are no longer at RepCon.
Really? Unbelievable, man. I knew that wasn't going to be easy. But I had a good feeling about you. Looks like you've been through a lot.
Now, about that man I'm looking for.
Okay, I'll tell you everything I know, like I promised. The guy you're looking for, Benny, he was traveling with some members from my old gang. They were going to Boulder City.
Any idea why they went that way?
No clue. I know Benny hadn't paid up yet. Maybe that was where they were supposed to get square.
Where is Boulder City?
It's straight up Route 93 from here. Just keep following the road north.
That's all I needed to know.
Hope that helps. I owed you.
Thank you, Chief. And goodbye. Idolized in Novak. Hooray. My goal is to end the game idolized with everywhere that I care to be idolized. So that's a good start. Hey, Eddie. Courier's been standing there for about 9 hours. You think that's weird? Okay. All right. So now we know they're headed down to Boulder City. And technically speaking, I know he went to New Vegas. You know he went to New Vegas. And presumably the courier also knows that he went to New Vegas. But following Benny's trail not only leads you to quests, it'll give you evidence to pin his attempted murder to him once we finally get to New Vegas. So there's a method to this madness. I'm doing a think. Now, Old Lady Gibson here, you wouldn't know it, has a unique weapon. She has the Big Boomer, a very powerful, unique sawed-off shotgun. And I want that. But she also will not sell it. So we might have to take the law into our own hands. Hold on. Yep. Now, the secret is apparently if we wait, no. Let's exit. We're hidden here. This is perfect. We'll quick save. Yoink these 12 gauge rounds. Nope. Oh God. It's gonna happen. Happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. Yeah. Buddy. Okay. So now we fast travel away. We fast travel back to Novak. Or Gibson Scrapyard even better. And hopefully... Was that a cat where, Jackie? Oop. Okay. Oh! Old Lady Gibson is a telepath. Did you guys see that? She levitated that bowl of chunks with her mind. Okay. Quick save. Pickpocket. There it is. Yeah, buddy. You know, I'm a good courier, but it's kind of a chaotic good. Not above stealing cool shotguns from old women. Oh, put aliens in your back pocket, Jackie. We'll figure out aliens a little later on. Right now, we have a solar generation plant to explore. Also, let's take a look at our Big Boomer. Okay, Boomer. It actually has 20 damage over the regular sawed-off shotgun. It's very powerful. Whoop. What's up?
This is a restricted area. State your business.
Oh, I'm with the NCR. Anything I can do to help?
Your being here is a start, soldier.
Wink.
We aren't exactly overflowing with troopers here. But if you really want to help us, talk to the idiot with sunglasses in the back of the plant building.
Love this fucking guy.
For months and hasn't made any forward progress.
Shouldn't there be more people than this defending a power plant? I mean, isn't that the whole reason they want Hoover Dam in the first place?
There should, but we're not getting much power out of it, so none of our enemies have big interest in it either. Not like Hoover Dam, anyway.
Gotcha.
We had a real fighting force here just long enough to take it from the Brotherhood of Steel. Then they got sent east to the dam like everybody else. Caesar's Legion sends skirmishers every so often, prodding for weaknesses mostly. The reality is, if they really wanted it, we'd all be dead.
The game is just so good at casually dropping in these little plot details, just a little sprinkle. Oh yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel tried to assault this place, and you're like, they're here? For those who don't know, Brotherhood of Steel are a traditional faction in the Fallout games, 1, 2, 3, 4, and New Vegas. And we'll see more of them a little later on. I think their portrayal in this game is really good. Why was the Brotherhood of Steel here?
Damned if I know. Put up a hell of a fight, though. We had them outnumbered, I don't know, 20 to 1 maybe? They held out as long as they could, lost most of their force before they retreated. Gave us a little parting gift, too.
Ooh.
They had some of the plant running, but they shut it all down. Enabled an old security system, too, to keep us away from the controls. Jerk-offs.
Sounds like they were fun at parties, too. Goodbye.
Later.
Okay, so let's go give their resident engineer a little chat, see if we can't get this whole thing up and running again. This is another one of those quests that mostly is guiding you through a combat dungeon, but when I say that, I do not mean it's necessarily a boring quest. Indeed, it has one of the best NPCs in the entire game, who we will meet shortly as soon as I stop getting lost inside of this building. Turn right, turn left. Should be, yes, industrial corridor. Closed door at the end. Down the hallway. And here we have... ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, please give a big Mojave welcome to our friend, Fantastic.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they?
Settle. Oh, that's right. I'm here for your job.
Ah, shit. Shit, man. I need this. Gotta pay the bills. And I'm addicted to a lot of different kinds of chems. I mean a lot.
You pay me a stack of caps right now and I'll forget you have my job.
Aw, man. How am I supposed to buy chems now? Fine, here.
Thank you. Oh, why are you worried about being replaced?
Worried? Do I look worried to you? I've got this under control, baby. No one else can do what I do here.
And what is that you do here exactly?
What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
Feels so good. What exactly do you do?
Fuck, man. Everything. I push buttons, I turn dials, I read numbers. Sometimes I make up little stories in my head about what the numbers mean. Like one time I imagined they were a code to get into a vault full of naked women. Man, how cool would that be?
Hey. How did you get this job? Oh my god. Big Billy Mitchell energy right here. So how did you get this job? Seriously, man, I need to know.
It was easy, man. They were going door to door asking if anyone knew any scientists. I said, look no further. They asked me if I knew anything about power plants. I said as much as anyone I had ever met. They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard.
God, one of the best lines in the entire game. Just, mwah. What are you trying to accomplish here?
Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency. And I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying?
I'm picking up what you're laying down, fantastic dog. But you have no idea what you're doing, do you?
No, man. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't know what effect it's going to have. Over there controls power in this building. That station has readouts on the computer network. That big knob there makes a crazy noise. Sparks come out of that slot if you put stuff in it. And I'm learning more every day.
You know, isn't science really about experimentation, observation, recording? Our friend Fantastic is well on his way, and I salute him. How would someone retarget the mirrors? Asking for a friend, which is me.
There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you?
Sure am, Chief. I am now.
Well, hey, if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place. It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran.
Why should it go to the Strip and McCarran?
Because I get paid, that's why. Per kilowatt hour. Whatever the hell that is. That's where the NCR wants the power, so that's where I want it. But you know, you do that, maybe I put in a good word for you with them. Fantastic's little helper. There's a reputation you can hang your hat on.
I'm sure it is. Goodbye, Mr. Fantastic.
Here, you want this. It's the password to one of the terminals outside. Found it written on one of the stalls in the bathroom.
Thank you. Hi, Boone. Over here, we have Ignacio Rivas.
It's unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist?
Not sure if that was Yuri Lowenthal back there, but it could potentially be. Usually he has a voice where I'm like, I could pick him out of a police lineup, but I'm not sure. More of a drifter.
I see. Then you must have some special business here for them to have let you through.
They're looking for help in getting this plant running.
Interesting. Forgive me for prying, but I'm curious. Are you with a particular group?
This is your turf. For all I know, you could have me killed for my allegiance. Who are you with? I'm asking the questions here, buddy.
I'm part of the followers of the apocalypse.
Yay.
If you're not familiar, we seek peace and the spread of knowledge. Knowledge that must never be lost to the world. Now your turn.
The followers of the apocalypse are also a faction from Fallouts 1 and 2. Basically, while the Brotherhood of Steel go out collecting advanced technology and forward-thinking science, take it back to their bunkers and hoard it all for themselves, viewing themselves as the gatekeepers to mankind's legacy, the followers of the apocalypse collect knowledge and spread it freely. They're anarcho-communists, they collectively organize, they're doing a lot of really great work over in Freeside, actually, as we speak. Freeside being a community on the outskirts of New Vegas proper. Anyways, I want what you want.
That's reassuring. Although many who've made that claim to the followers of the apocalypse over the years have had less than pure intentions. But if it's really as you say, then take my advice. This installation carries with it dangers that no one here has realized. Take care what you do here and who you listen to. Some things are best left buried with the old world.
Oh? So, it's a power plant, but there's a lot of hints that there's something a little bit sinister underneath. One of the early clues that this is the case happened to be the fact that Helios 1 was a trigger word for Eddie at all. Now, a little bit of background about the Enclave. The Enclave are the remnants of the government of pre-war America. They did a lot of fucked up social engineering in the pursuit of developing a manned colony ship that will go to space and rebuild on a different planet. These were the Vaults. If you want to know why the Vaults have very often fucked up social experiments going on, the Enclave was the reason why. They were the main bad guys in Fallout 2. And usually anything that has to do with sort of an old, sinister government facility probably has something to do with the Enclave as well. They're sort of hand in glove like that. But what more is there to this place than a power plant?
I don't entirely know. Our records on the company that built this place suggest that their dealings were not only in energy, but also in weapons. And I've seen equipment here marked with symbols used by the pre-war military, targeting computers, shock sensors. A code word comes up repeatedly in the papers I've looked through here. Archimedes.
A weapon by the name of codename Archimedes. You think that Archimedes is a weapon they built here?
Yes. And the technology they have in this facility is like nothing I've seen. Some of it reminds me of Enclave equipment, but more...
Enclave. Someone talked to the voice cast, but bing, bing, bing.
Who claimed it? It's no wonder the Brotherhood wouldn't give it up.
So the Brotherhood found that there was a weapon here. Of course, they didn't want to give it up, but the NCR forced them off of the turf. Because at this point, the Brotherhood doesn't believe in open recruiting, let's say. You sort of have to be born into the organization. They're the descendants of a splinter group of pre-war military members. NCR openly recruits anybody. At this point, it's just kind of a numbers game, and the Brotherhood of Steel, despite their power armor and laser weapons, they just don't have the numbers, and it's really starting to hurt them. The Brotherhood of Steel knew about Archimedes?
They weren't here for me to ask, but I doubt they were here for electricity. When the NCR first came here, it was under Brotherhood control. They usually steered clear of one another, but something here changed their minds. The Brotherhood's interest in pre-war technology has always been in weapons. It's likely they were trying to reclaim Archimedes when the NCR arrived.
The NCR asked me to help increase the plant's power output.
Then I would say do it. As long as the power of this plant is committed to the regional grid and not to a weapon, we are safe. If you're the one to restore output, then you can route the power where you choose, and they'll never be the wiser. I can't get you past the security in the tower, but I can be of some help. I've discovered a password for one of the mirror control terminals outside. You'll need it.
Cool, we'll need both passwords. But where do you think I should route the power?
Oh, the NCR has their own designs for it, no doubt, but resist the urge to send it only to the thriving communities. The need for power is great everywhere. Distributing it evenly is the most rational and humane choice.
Why would you trust me with this?
I'm a man of letters. I'd be torn to pieces by the security system they have in that tower. I'd never reach the mainframe. But eventually, the NCR will. Or if not them, Caesar's Legion. They will use this place for war. Because the possibility exists you might do anything else, you're the only choice I have.
Fair enough. And the NCR doesn't know about the weapon?
Not yet. By some miracle, they've hired an imbecile to try and decipher the systems here.
Now, don't talk about Fantastic that way.
Trying to get the solar reflectors to track the sun. What he doesn't know is that the only thing the console controls is the plant's intercom system.
Whoop.
I tried to tell him, but he insisted that the largest console had to be the most important. Still, it's only a matter of time.
All right. Goodbye. So we are moving right along. Now, this brings up an interesting thread that you'll notice through a lot of New Vegas's quests from here on. A lot of them seem to have pretty permanent consequences, or at least permanent effects, to the sort of political structure in the region. Like, this is making a pretty big choice. We are determining where gets consistent electrical power. And of course, pretty much every faction in the game is vestedly interested in getting access to said power. So this is the point where you really have to start asking yourself, what ending am I going for? Who am I siding with? And what do I need to do in my own personal quests that will lead to long-term stability for New Vegas as a whole, were my faction to take power? But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it a little bit further. There's lots of traps here, and there's some mines. Okay. All right, we reset the mainframe connection. Oh, Archimedes testing. On Tuesday, February 16th at 2 p.m., technicians will be running a test of Archimedes and its connectivity with our plant security system. Under no circumstances should any employee be outdoors on the plant grounds until the alarm klaxon has ceased and the all clear is given. We have death and dismemberment waivers from all employees on file, and we are not responsible for any accidents that should occur during this procedure. Protective eyewear is mandatory for all technicians observing from the tower deck. Whatever it is, it sounds like it makes a pretty big boom, I want to say. Upcoming visit. Brigadier General Scott Lowe of the U.S. Army will be visiting the facility starting next Monday and staying on site indefinitely. When Archimedes goes live, he will be the only person here allowed to authorize its use for anything other than a test. Civilian employees are not required to salute, but it is expected of everyone that you observe thorough grooming and hygiene regimens and dress neatly while the general is with us. The general expects the best from all his men, and Poseidon men should be no different in the presence of such a fine and decorated officer. Word on Poseidon. Poseidon energy. So the thing about the Enclave is it's not just the pre-war government, but it is the pre-war government and captains of industry at the time. Imagine if after the apocalypse, the US government allied with Jeff Bezos and that became a faction. That's kind of what the Enclave are. They have very vested interest in staying the kingmakers of the entire world, a world that they unfortunately also destroyed. Let's see. But we need to access another targeting computer. And I think it's over here. Good boy.
Front lines, not out here in Bumblefuck. This place is a junkyard.
Well, I happen to like Bumblefuck, little lady. I'll try not to speak too loud. As jazzed as I am for Government Prime, citizen. God, forgive me for what I'm about to do. These dogs are always hostile. I don't want to do it. Why? Please. Good night, sweet prince. May flocks of belly rubs sing thee to thy rest. Okay. Terminal 2. Reset mainframe connection, and we are clear. Let's see. Let's break out that gun since we're out of shotgun ammo. Oh, you can also arm Archimedes' security system to wipe out all nearby NCR soldiers if you really wanted to. It is dungeon time. We are going to take an immediate right because this is already bad. There are Ow. I also forgot that I was wearing the spacesuit. Honestly, I'm going to keep wearing it because it has some really good damage resistance for this level, but I feel a little silly. Okay, more than a little. Okay. Open door, please. Who puts landmines on a shelving unit? Chug some Nuka-Cola. Everything's fine. We're gonna hack this terminal. Oh, is this the first time that I've hacked anything? Okay, so this is a little bit of a word game. Now, we don't know what the correct password is. We have all of these options on the terminals, and we know how many letters it are. It's gonna be a 6-letter solution. Let's try Decker. 1 out of 6 is correct. So what that means is one of these letters is not only the right letter, but it is in the right spot in that letter. So let's say, maybe if it's not Decker, let's get a word with at least 5 letters that are different. Posted. 1 out of 6. The only letter that these two entries have in common is that E. So we know that it has to end in an E and otherwise not match any of the other letters. So let me R-A-I-S-E-D. It can't be that. Can't be anything that ends in D. Stones. S-T-O-N-E-S. S-T-O-N-E-S. 2 out of 6, correct. You can get more tries by clicking anything in like brackets, carets, or parentheses. It'll also remove duds. But I'm looking for an allowance restore. So I can go ahead and try again, because I think I can crack the code with the information that I have. Geez, really, all of these are just removing duds. There we go. Okay. Not houses. Frames. Perfect. And we have access. We need to deactivate the turret system. Thank you, Boom. And now we'll have a bit of a better time fighting our way through this place. Where are you? Is the question you should be asking yourself. And great at commentary, can you tell, guys? Ooh, Programmer's Digest. That could have came in handy about 20 minutes ago, but you know, who's counting? Oh. Oop. Farewell. Loot some healing items. A singular bottle cap. Do, 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 do.
Do you think you can hide from me?
Guess we made it.
I'm not even trying. Get out of here, you bucket of bolts.
I've got nothing.
Me neither, Boone. But I appreciate you looking out. If I remember correctly, lots of... No, wrong room. Lots of typewriters, though. Why do I remember there being something valuable in this area? Oh, no, I'm thinking about a similar facility in the DLC. My mistake. This room is just filled with robot death, but you know. Good night, sweet prince. May flocks of mechanics sing thee to thy rest. I wonder if they're related to Prim Slim. Come on, Connor, you can't just ask if all robots are related. I think, yeah, end of dungeon. Good work, team. Now we gotta fix the generator. Let's see. Repair of 35 or higher and 1 piece of scrap metal required to do that. We do not have enough power to activate the mainframe. What is my repair at currently anyways? 34. Oh, come on, ref. Well, fortunately, all we need to do is, you know, enjoy a socially responsible mentat Now that we are chemically augmented, we repair the wire. All right. Initial trials. Pending the successful launch of Archimedes 2, we ought to be able to begin field trials with the handheld rangefinder within a few weeks. Our small-scale tests have already proven the viability of sending power as microwave radiation from the plant to a remote receiver and converting that back to a usable form. All that remains is to extrapolate it to full scale and then prove out the long-range communication targeting system on the rangefinder. Archimedes testing. Oh, yep, that's the same message that we read before. You might have been able to put it together based on the conversations, but basically, what Archimedes is an orbital death laser, which, for the courier with few moral scruples, by completing this quest and routing power to the Archimedes device, you can later find the rangefinder that they're talking about and have a kill satellite at your beck and call to use once a day. I don't need that kind of overkill, but it's cool that it's an option. So we're going to configure the power grid, though. Now we ask ourselves a question. Do we send power to McCarran Air Force Base, the NCR's base of operation in the region, and the Las Vegas Strip? Do we send it specifically to the outskirts of Vegas, Fremont and West Side? Do we just send it to the full region completely? Do we power Archimedes 2? Or do we do the full region at an emergency output level? Let's see what each does. Oh, whoops. Actually, let's change that. Now, I know, me personally, in my heart of hearts, I'm a people's courier, first and foremost. No gods, no kings, just people living free. But I kind of want to see what, I'd like to hear your guys' opinion, actually. I'm thinking about either siding with the current leadership of New Vegas, or I'm thinking about going wild card and taking things over myself. What do you guys want to see? That's a good energy. Let's go wild card, baby. Let's do it. But I think even with it, the thing about the power grid is that it's not powerful enough to sustain everyone very well. That would just overload the system. So really the question is this. Is it the moral choice to spread power equally no matter the consequences? Every region gets it the same? Is it the most ethical thing to do to target the communities on the fringe and ignore the communities in the center? Or is it more equitable to support the communities that are already thriving and to help them thrive even more because they can do more with the electricity that you give them? Which is an interesting question. And of course, I have my own opinions on what is morally just, but at the same time, there's texture to it. It isn't just give power to the people or activate a kill satellite. There's texture to it. You could argue for either way. And indeed, I'm thinking about sending power to McCarran. No. Well, the thing about sending power to McCarran in the Strip. Ideally, if I take over the Strip, I'd want electricity there. If I'm coming into contact with the NCR, I'm not sure if I want McCarran to have that extra power. But also, you can't send power to Vegas unless you send it to McCarran as well. I'm just going to go ahead and take the opportunity to send it to McCarran in the Strip for some reputation from both factions. And then later on, I will get way more hands-on with the community struggles over in West Side and Free Side. So we'll just do that for now. We'll make Fantastic Stay. Now we just got to turn the dang thing on. And the pièce de résistance. At this historic moment, I would like to quote the late, great Dr. Otto Octavius and say, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Oh, the console is unresponsive. For it to operate properly, it would need to be activated during peak sunlight hours. Power configuration would need to be set up in the tower's mainframe, and the 2 ground level terminals would need to have an active uplink to the mainframe. I think the only problem is that we're a little bit out of the target time. So let's stand here and stare into space for 21 hours. Just a regular human blue screen of death right here. Well, let's stop at 10 o'clock. That's within sort of the drugs wearing off. Everyone knows that when you come down from drugs, it's like a bad Photoshop filter affecting your eyes. But let's take this from the top. The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. Yes. Looking good so far. We can hear it booting up. Oh God, my eyes! Ah! My scorched retinas means it's working. I'm going to have the greatest sunburn of my entire life, but we've done it. Now we just got to go back to Fantastic and share the good news.
I'm a busy woman.
Listen, if Yoshi P cared about the vision of the Final Fantasy XIV community, he would not have had Verblind programmed into the game to begin with. So, you know, I think we should just embrace the state of nature that has been given us. Turn right, turn left.
Maybe that guy Fantastic wasn't an idiot. Maybe he was a genius.
Oh my God. I enabled this. I've made a monster. Sup, nerd?
Yo.
Send power to McCarran in the strip.
Whoa, really? Oh shit. Oh, I knew I could do it. Those NCR pricks can all get on their knees and worship at the altar of fucking Fantastic. But don't worry, I'll tell them what you did for me, man. Not all of it, though. They'd think I was an idiot. But some of it. Keep at it, man. One day you could end up where I am. You never know.
If I'm lucky.
Adios, amigo.
Adios, amigo. NCR accepted. Let's see. Let's keep speech going up to 75. Guns can take the rest. What do we got? Ooh, terrifying presence is fun. Strong back. Ooh, but 50 pounds more experience, or 50 pounds more of equipment. That's pretty big. More ammo and containers, also good. Quick draw, it's okay. Hiker, where? Shotgun Surgeon is really nice if you're doing shotguns. It basically makes it so that shotgun's only main weakness, the ability that the damage per pellet is pretty low, so armor's pretty good at mitigating it. So it gives it some extra damage threshold piercing. So every shot from a shotgun is more powerful against armored targets. But you know, it's not exciting, but strong back's just too good to not take. And I like to hoard.
Hello.
And with that out of the way, I think that might be where I call it for a stream, because I'm not really sure what I do with the intervening. Let's just loot the El Dorado substation really quick, just while we're chilling here together. You know, Boulder City's close and it takes 5 seconds to do. Oh, sir?
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. There's an NCR emergency 2-way radio. You call, and we'll come running. You're not alone out here. The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Yeah, so we just gone ahead and got accepted by the NCR, so now they will let us call in a couple favors, which is nice. Yeah, I think we will do Boulder City Showdown. It's an incredibly short quest. I bet I'll have us out of here by 7:15 at the latest. Oh, what's going on here? Oh. Pow. Whew. Right now, I need to make sure, though. You know what? Let's take a shotgun, a less heavy weapon than my teeny tiny pistol. You know, that's how weight works. Yeah, this gas station doesn't have too much in it. It's good to loot, but what it does have is another one of those Sunset Sarsaparilla stars, and you know I gotta have me some stars. Ooh, do you have reinforced leather armor there, buddy? He does. Boon, I'm looting the man here. Give me some space. Jackie, is our kitty trying to send us a message? Is she typing? Was that her little key smash? Okay, leather armor reinforced. Good ass get, which you can repair with regular leather armor. Let's throw on Boone's. Oh, I forgot. The quest reward for Boone's companion quest, one for my baby, is the first recon beret, which gives you perception +1 and importantly, crit chance +5. Armor sets that increase your crit are pretty darn rare and great to have a lot of. And I have a stylish looking beret. If I could ever figure out how to... There we go. That is a very sad face. It's a sad face we have. Everybody's boon companion. Yes, he's my boon buddy. He's my bosom friend. Usually there's never a guy here, so I'm a little bit verklempt. Hello?
Hey there.
Oh. Anyway, see you later, buddy. What do we got? Cap. Cap, cap, cap. Star, cap, cap. And some money. Take a sunset sass. Ammo. Food. Ramen steaks are great though, because they increase your strength and carry weight. They're great to have in case of an emergency. Two cowboy repeaters and a lot of magnum rounds. It must be my lucky day. Let's just repair the one I have. They're all in good condition though. But oh well. At least I have a perfectly repaired one, or at least pretty darn close to pristine. Now we're looking pretty cool. And coming up on our right, as soon as the textures decide to pop in, is a Sunset Sarsaparilla billboard. And in front of it, a man. Howdy there, pilgrim. He has a guitar.
Howdy, little lady.
The Lonesome Drifter. I love your style. What's your story, stranger?
My story's a long one, friend, and I can't say as it's all that interesting.
Yeah, we're in overtime anyways. Lay it on me, buddy. Nevertheless, I'm interested.
Well, I was born in a little town out Montana way. Me and Ma didn't have much ever since my pa up and left.
Oh. Father abandoned you?
That he did. Never did know why. Ma always said he was a real mysterious fella, even when he was with her. Like he was a stranger sometimes.
A mysterious stranger, if you will? Folks, for those who don't know, there is a perk in this game and also Fallout 3 called Mysterious Stranger, where occasionally, if you are aiming at a target in VATS, mysterious man wearing a trench coat and fedora, like not like a gross, greasy con guy, but like a private detective guy, would appear out of nowhere, finish off your enemy with a 357 Magnum revolver, and disappear without a trace. And it is implied that that mysterious stranger is the Lonesome Drifter's father. Sounds like you miss him. Is that why you're out here wandering?
Maybe. Maybe I just never felt like I belonged back home.
You know, you're better off without him. You became your own man outside of his shadow.
I suppose there's that. But a man ought to know his own paw. And a woman oughtn't to have to work herself to an early grave to provide for her family.
That is true.
After Ma died, I guess I wanted to find my paw and get some answers from him. Been out here looking ever since, but he ain't an easy man to find.
And what will you do when you find him?
Can't say as I really know.
Oh,
maybe I'll just ask
them
him
both
why.
thoughts. Thank you for the
Maybe I'll
follow.
punch him right
Love the
in the mouth.
name.
Hell, the more I talk about it, the more the whole damn thing sounds like a dumb idea.
Sounds like you should probably move on. Settle down, maybe.
Maybe I should. Don't suppose you know any place a fella with a guitar might find a job, huh?
You know, not yet, but are you noticing a theme here? This guy's looking for a guitarist job.
So long, friend.
Our friend back in Novak, I think his name was Billy Knight, something like that. He was looking for a lounge singer gig. Indeed, there is a side quest where we go talent scouting across the wasteland. But for now, we'll just keep the memory of them off in our back pocket. Oh, no worries. Thanks so much for joining us, Tal. It's good to have you on board. Yeah, we'd love to have you every week, same time. Have a lovely evening. Oh, and Boulder City, Hoover Dam, Lake Mead. Let's go over there. Don't wait another damn minute. Visit Hoover Dam today. Oh. I am going to briefly be a jerk to this man to show off a little bit of fun programming that I didn't expect to be coded into the game. But first, let's talk to him about it.
You here to pay your respects too?
What is this memorial?
It commemorates the Battle of Hoover Dam. The Rangers lured the best of Caesar's Legion into Boulder City and blew the whole town up.
Damn.
The NCR still lost a bunch of troops in the fighting, though. My older brother sacrificed himself so they could evacuate some of the wounded.
Hardcore, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't worry about it.
Where are you normally stationed?
Camp McCarran, but I'm on leave at the moment, heading back to California to see my folks.
Nice.
I'm supposed to join up with a caravan that's heading that way up at the 188, but they're not due to arrive for a while yet. Bye.
All right, now do a quick save. On this spot in the year 2277, Rangers and soldiers of the new California Republic turned back the forces of Caesar's Legion during the Battle of Hoover Dam. Over 100 men and women gave their lives on Nevada soil to defend local citizens and the principles of the Republic. May this humble stone be an enduring memorial to their valor and service. Hello. And what happens if you shoot the thing?
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial.
My apologies. It was rude and disrespectful of me to do that.
All right, apology accepted. Don't let it happen again.
Yeah, he will, like, fuck your shit up if you hurt the memorial. Let's see. I quick saved, right? Please? Yes. Oh, thank God. I felt my stomach drop a bit as I was worried that we'd go all the way back to trying to pick Old Lady Gibson's pockets. But we're good. And yeah, it's great quest programming. There's just a lot of little touches like that around the game. Very often, if you think to yourself, oh, well, what if I do this? It's doable. But let's go to Boulder City proper, run into Benny.
Right, the brass of McCarran has ordered me to lock down the ruins until it's been resolved.
What's going on with the Great Khans?
One of my patrols was on its way back from Novak when it came under fire from the Great Khans. They radioed for reinforcements, but instead of waiting for us, they chased the Khans into the ruins where they were caught in a crossfire. No deaths, but not all the squad got out. The Khans have Private Ackerman and Private Gilbert as hostages.
So we're in a hostage mission. I may be able to negotiate a deal with the Great Khans.
Normally I'd turn you down since I have no idea who you are. Considering that the hostages are as good as dead when we attack. All right, I'm going to give you a chance to talk to the Great Khans. Their leader is a man named Jessup. If we hear shooting, we'll be coming in, but it'll probably be too late for you.
Don't worry about me, Chief. I can handle myself in there.
Good luck.
There's a couple of ways to do this quest. Mainly, it depends on whether you like peaceful solutions, murder, or stealth. But let's do diplomacy. I can speak. Wow, you can really tell it's past the end of stream time. 2 hours of commentary isn't the easiest to keep up, but you know, we do it for you.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be dead.
I'm a ghost, here to haunt you. Ooh.
Right, fucking around. You survived and you tracked us down. What now?
Line up, Liam O'Brien. I'm not mad. Well, I'm a little mad. But how could I be mad at that face? Where's the platinum chip, buddy?
Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back. He's probably back at the strip by now, laughing at me.
Bastard. Well, I want some more answers, buddy.
Yeah? On what?
What can you tell me about Benny?
He's one of the chairmen, big shots that run the Tops Casino in New Vegas. A friend from the city contacted me with info on a big job. I should have known that the caps were too good to be true, but there was still no way I could pass up the chance.
You got played, buddy. That's why they put cheese in mousetraps. What do you know about the platinum chip?
Just a big fancy poker chip as far as I know. Don't know why anyone would make one out of platinum though.
So Benny wanted this poker chip not only bad enough to shoot us in the head and bury us in a shallow grave, but to double-cross his associates to keep it for himself. Interesting. Why did Benny betray you?
He's a snake, that's why. He owed us the rest of the pay for the job, so maybe he didn't want to pay up.
Never mind. Let's talk about something else.
Fine.
Let's talk about settling things between you and the NCR.
What's to negotiate? The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt.
Free the hostages now, and I'll have the NCR escort you out of their territory.
I can't believe I'm doing this. But all right, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him.
And there we have it. That is the last bit of evidence that we can use later on to confront Benny. And we're leveling up. Good for us. Let's bring barter up to 50. Let's keep guns coming up to 60. Let's get repair coming up as well. Just like that, the NCR privates are free to go. I have diffused a hostile situation and everyone gets to walk free. All in all, a great little bit of work. Good experience, too.
I'm glad you were able to get my people freed, but there's a new problem. I just got orders to take out the Great Khans, hostages or not.
You kidding me, buddy? The Great Khans just let the hostages go in exchange for their own freedom.
My hands are tied. I can't go against orders, can I?
Unless... if you have any integrity, then you'll honor the deal.
You're right. The Great Khans are free to go.
Hooray! Accepted by the Great Khans. And more NCR fame for me too. And 300 more XP, which is another level up. Oh, what was the thing that I did? Was it negotiate? The talking words. I'm a very smoothie talker, I'll have you know. Finally, a peaceful solution though. Oh, I forgot there is a free service rifle here, a free ranger hat for my Yogi Bear cosplays, and a ranger holodisc. Ranger holodisc message. We're cut off from the rest of the platoon and there are legionnaires all over the place. There's no chance we can get out of here before they blow the town, so we're gonna hold out against them as long as we can. If anyone ever gets this, I'd like to make sure that Private Jeffrey Hui and Corporal Marcus Christensen are commended for their valor and service. Both have held the ideals and honor of the New California Republic with distinction. Ranger Teresa Lutz. Out. Good night, sweet prince. May flocks of rangers sing thee to thy rest. Mwah. And on that somber note, we have completed yet another quest. Another check off the box. Most importantly, we have found, finally, the road to Benny, the road to New Vegas, and maybe the platinum chip. Next time, we're done with dilly-dallying. We're done with little teeny tiny side quests. Oh, I forgot Camp Golf was right here. Maybe we'll stick our heads in Camp Golf, say hi, see what's going on over there. But let's go ahead and make a manual save proper. And I think we're going to close down New Vegas for the night. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me again. Sorry we went a little bit over, but I figured it might be good just to knock out as much of this preamble as possible so we can get to New Vegas proper a little bit quicker. Next time, Camp Golf, a new companion maybe, and just over yonder in the distance. Oh, thank you, Jackie. You did the contour yourself. And just off there in the distance on the horizon, the bright lights of New Vegas proper. Until next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I've been Courier 8. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely evening and a lovely rest of your week. Take care, everybody.